I want to talk about trap games in the Big Ten. This question was asked by Drew Allerseason via my Discord server. Join that via the link in the description. Navigate to the hashtag YouTube mailbox channel and ask me a question, and I will eventually make a video about it if it is a interesting topic and if it's relevant, and most of them are interesting and relevant. So Drew Allerseason asked me, what do you think some trap games are for each Big Ten team? Some spots that could be tough for the better team, whether they're going on the road or they're coming back home after a big game, sort of like Ohio State and Nebraska last year. That was a trap game. Or think about Indiana-Washington last year. That was a trap game. Michigan against Minnesota, I think, was a trap game last year. And I could go on and on and on. I mean, Texas against, just trying to think, like, for some other big teams. I don't know if Texas had much of a trap game last year, if I'm being honest. I think Arizona State, to a certain degree, may have been. Maybe Clemson even in the first round. Even though it was playoff games, Texas was way better than those teams and should have beaten them by more. Georgia against Georgia Tech, that was a total trap game. But let's keep it on the Big Ten, and let's dive in right now and talk about them, just very briefly. So from the top, we have Ohio State. Ohio State at Washington, at Illinois, and at Wisconsin. All road games. Teams Ohio State should be favored by double digits, if not more, against, but they're on the road, and those teams either have more to gain than Ohio State does in those games. They're improving, most of them, by power ratings, and Ohio State's getting worse, and again, they're on the road. And Illinois and Wisconsin are back-to-back road games, so I think especially there in the trip to Seattle, trap games. Penn State at Iowa. Iowa's a tough place to play, and then Indiana at home after the Ohio State game could be a letdown spot. Oregon, Indiana at home, Rutgers on the road, Iowa on the road, USC, and then Wisconsin on the road. Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel, and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. No cost to you. And all the benefit to you because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership, or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. A lot of trap games for Oregon. Don't have a lot of big games, but a lot of spots to mess up. Michigan at Nebraska, hosting Wisconsin, hosting Washington, traveling to MSU. Should be better than all those teams. Nebraska actually is barely an underdog to Michigan, so by spread it's not a trap game, but by public perception I think that'll be a trap game for Michigan. Indiana, road trips to Iowa and hosting MSU, I think those are trap games. For Illinois, at Duke, not easy non-conference game. At Purdue, Rutgers, and at Wisconsin. For Nebraska, Cincinnati to open up the year. Michigan State and at UCLA are trap games. For USC, Michigan State, at Illinois, Iowa, and then UCLA at home. Those are some trap games. Iowa has a tough schedule, so I almost said they didn't have trap games, but Iowa should be definitively better than 4 or 5 of their opponents and able to punch with all but maybe one of their remaining opponents. So I think Rutgers on the road and Michigan State at home late in the year could be trap games. Washington, at Washington State, at Maryland, at UCLA. Just travel or the rivalry for Washington against Washington State makes those trap games. Minnesota, at California, Rutgers, and then Northwestern. I think those are trap games. Boston College and UCLA at home for Michigan State. Don't have a lot of games where they're going to be favored in, but they should be better than UCLA and Boston College and favored. Wisconsin, schedule's so tough that they don't have a trap game. Rutgers has Maryland at home as a trap game. UCLA has at UNLV, Maryland at home, and Washington at home as trap games. Maryland just has NIU as their trap game. Yes, Maryland can go 2-10 this year. Northwestern is at Tulane, Purdue at home, and yeah, those are their trap games, and I don't think Purdue is a single trap game. Much like Wisconsin, tough schedule, not as tough, but they're a much worse quality team, so therefore you don't really have a trap game. Some teams with landmines all over the schedule. These are teams that have a bunch of trap games, or at least they could lose more than one of their trap game. Oregon and Illinois. Illinois is the hunted after 10-3, and I don't quite think they have the depth or coaching that Indiana does. And while they don't have the same amount of big games that Indiana does, I feel like they're a little bit potentially overvalued. I think people may be overlooking Indiana again, and they have a tougher non-conference than Indiana. Oregon, you got 5 trap games, and many of them are East Coast trips. Rutgers, East Coast, Iowa, closer to the East Coast than West, and then Washington. Washington hasn't lost a home game since, I think, 2021. Tough spots, so programs with a lot of trap games are hard ones, but they are manageable, more manageable than Oregon and Illinois. Ohio State, you're hunted, much like Illinois. You have road games that could be losses, but you have NFL talent, and you have Ryan Day instead of Brett Bielema, so it's very manageable. USC, several teams that can punch with you, but you can also punch with them. And unlike Oregon, you don't have the same, I think, drastic travel. Manageable, but could be must-see TV, I think, are Michigan. You have several games like Nebraska, Wisconsin, Washington at MSU with good quarterback play, potentially. For Nebraska, you play several turtle teams. And by turtle teams, I mean teams that have good trenches and that are perfectly content just sitting on a lead and running the ball. Like Cincinnati, Michigan, Minnesota. I think Michigan State could be that team and will be in games against better opponents because Jonathan Smith's a good coach. And how do you beat a better opponent? Well, you take the game and you just do this. You compress it and you run and you do what Kentucky and Nebraska did to Ole Miss and Ohio State, respectively. And then if you're Lane Kiffin, you lose that game. And if you're Ryan Day, you typically win that game. They also have no guarantees, these teams, but just a few trap games. Wisconsin, need I say more? You don't have many trap games because you have no guaranteed wins, or almost none of them. The only trap game they might have is Maryland at home. And then Rutgers, you have one. Again, Maryland at home. That's just because Maryland, I think, is going to be really bad. But Rutgers is a super tough schedule, much like the Wisconsin Badgers. Very good question, Drew Allersees, and thank you so much for asking that question. I really appreciate it, and make sure to ask me more questions if you have the time. You know where it is, Discord server, link in the description, join that, and that's how you can ask me questions. The Big Ten is going to be must-see TV this year, and I think the amount of trap games per team and the amount of good teams the Big Ten has is evidence of that. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, join the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.